We tend to think communication is just talking to each other, and it's easy like always. But when we are in a small group trying to solve problems, the way we communicate can make or break the whole situation. The films Contagion and Pandemic show how personal communication analysis and the communication process together with anxiety reduction techniques and active listening methods create effective small group communication. To start with, I will examine interpersonal communication analysis. The communication process and when reducing anxiety with active listening provided through scenes from the two films. The outbreak response meetings in Contagion show doctors, scientists, and government officials working together to solve the problem of virus identification and containment. Personal communication analysis is based on how individual communication styles, experience, and emotions affect group interactions. The first part of that was a movie scene summary, and the second part of that was a theory description. And then breaking down the theory, each character brings their own background, stress level, and communication style into the group. Some people demonstrate analytical thinking, while other people show emotional or impatient behavior. Connecting to small group communication. The different ways people communicate with others show two possible results for a group. One leads to success and understanding, or conflict with misunderstanding. Now that we've looked at individuals in groups, let's move on to how communication actually flows. Another key scene shows officials sharing information across different agencies about their ongoing efforts to monitor infection rates and their implemented safety protocols. This is from Contagion. The communication process requires senders and receivers to exchange messages while receiving feedback and dealing with disruptive factors which hinder their ability to comprehend the message. The movie shows that messages can experience three different problems because they get delayed and people who receive them make incorrect interpretations and external sounds disrupt communication. All this drives home the point that clear signals and feedback are incredibly important when groups make significant decisions. Next, I'll talk about how anxiety impacts group communication. In Pandemic, experts meet to discuss the recent spike in cases amidst fear and confusion amongst the general public. Reducing anxiety includes managing the stress and fear, so communication stays productive and focused. Group leaders who maintain composure while delivering precise information to their team members can effectively decrease panic. And when there's group leaders who communicate with vague messages and show negative emotions, that will lead to increased anxiety levels in the people in the group. At the end of the day, managing emotions day to day relies on how groups respond in hard times. Finally, let's look at active listening. In Pandemic, scientists listened to each other's worries and data in group discussions involving health officials, keeping these in their ears whilst speaking. Active listening involves showing understanding, paying attention, and responding to them thoughtfully. People in an active listening role help by questioning, clarifying, and building upon shared information rather than competing to make their own points. Active listening has to be by far one of the most important aspects that goes into a group making better decisions and avoiding mistakes caused by miscommunication. My analysis of the scenes from Contagion and Pandemic showed that effective small group communication needs members to understand each other's communication styles. These movies do an amazing job of showing the skills that can be developed through active listening and how essentially they can be they can be I think I misspelled I misdid that. They can be in real life group situations too. Thank you.